Today I'm going to take you through guided cooking. So to get started with that explanation, I'll go into my recipes and my collections, and I'll choose a recipe to go through a little bit for you. So let's go to a dessert. That's always a bit fun. And these lemon cupcakes. These are very yum. They've often been used at cooking experiences, and that's where I first tried these many years ago. So when you select a recipe, it will come up on this screen here and show you the title, the image, and start cooking. And then you'll see the arrow, which indicates that there's more information. So you can either click on the arrow or you can just scroll down with your finger. So here it'll show you the detail that you would see in Cookidoo if you were looking at this on your app or on the website. So you'll see the difficulty, the prep time, the total time for the recipe, and the serving size. I usually come into this detail just so I can quickly look at the ingredients and make sure I've got everything on my bench ready to go. So with guided cooking, you then come up and you click on start cooking. So guided cooking means that it takes you through step by step. You don't have to think about anything, you just follow the steps. Of course you can make amendments if you like, if it's a type of recipe where that works. For baking recipes and so forth, you generally need to be pretty precise with your measurements. However, for main meals and some other recipes, you can be a bit here and there. So if the recipe, for example, was a savoury dinner that calls for 600 grams of chicken breast, but you've only got 550, that's fine. The guided cooking is not going to beep at you and tell you haven't put enough in. It would just let you go, so you can do what you like and make adjustments, obviously within the constraints of the size of the bowl. So if it's not a recipe that you think can be doubled, then don't double it. Do it as it is the first time, and then you'll be able to assess that for whether it is a recipe that you can do that with. So with these lemon cupcakes with citrus syrup, it tells you all the non-cooking steps as well. So this is telling you to grab your silicone cupcake molds and put them in the varoma dish and on the tray so that you can get that ready. So this one uses the varoma. So the first step is it calls for the sugar. Now I'm not cooking this right now, I'm just showing you the prompts and how to go through the recipe. However, this is a great recipe, so I probably will cook it soon. You might see it on my social media. So sugar, the lemon, so you just keep clicking next. When you see this step, insert measuring cup into mixing bowl, lid, then ... That means that the next step is an action step, if you like, or a processing step. So it's just getting you ready. So you've got the lid on, you've got the measuring cup in, and then next. So you'll see here that it says turn speed selector to speed 9. So with that, there's two options. If I just turn it slowly, you'll feel little clicks as it goes to each speed. I'll just stop that there. So I didn't get up to speed 9 there, and that's because it starts as soon as you turn the selector, and I did it sort of slowly and I didn't go far enough. If you do it in one sweeping motion and don't sort of feel the little click between every half speed, then it will go to the speed that it's asked for. So I'll do that now. Okay, so just click stop there. So just let it do its thing because there's nothing in the bowl. Now it's got 5 seconds left, so I'm just going to put it on a low speed just to show you a trick. To stop any action when it does the sound, as you'll have just seen, is you just can push the selector button in and it immediately stops it. You've also got the option to click next. So I'll show you the difference there. So if we do the first option, so with that, I click the button and it's come back to the same screen. So to go to the next step, we click next. I'll just go backwards. If, however, we click the next button when it stops, you'll see what happens. So I'll just cheat and turn this down to 2 seconds so we're not here for too long. So there, to stop the sound, instead of pushing the selector button, I just click next, which means it's stopped it and it's gone on to the next step. So whichever you fancy will work. So that then takes us to the next step once that processing is done. So it just continues to go to the next step. It will tell you exactly what to do. As you can see here, the time is already programmed. The speed is already programmed. And so if you do the one single action turn, it will do the speed. And if it was a recipe with cooking, then the temperature in the middle would be selected as well. I'll just go and show you that. If we go to my week, and down to the caramelized onions. And if I go to this second step, where we add the vinegar, salt, we'll get there in a minute. And you'll see here is the processing step. So that's 3 minutes and it's showing 120 degrees, which is a higher temp, or sort of aroma temperature, and then you turn the speed dial. So that is how you go through guided cooking. And then once you get to the end, the next button says finish and you're done.